This Week with Bob Mueller on News 2.
This week,
rules meant to penalize and meant to attack other members. Just because they become rules don't make them right.
the legislature is back, and so is controversy.
Who's out? Who's out?
Issues to be debated include guns, education, and more.
This is a situation where physicians are put into a horrible situation.
On the issue of abortion, more women have joined a lawsuit challenging Tennessee's near-total ban.
My journey to this event is rooted in my deep-seated belief in our constitutional right to bear arms.
11 Tennesseans did something the legislature has not. They came together and developed gun legislation all agreed with.
I can't believe you've done nothing so far. Kids are dying.
And you will hear from children who have lived through school shootings and their stern words to lawmakers. Hello again, and welcome to another edition of This Week. The Tennessee General Assembly is back in session. Issues to be debated include guns, education, abortion, and more. Also, 11 Tennesseans with pro and anti-gun beliefs managed to come together and agree on gun legislation they want the legislature to act on. And children of the lockdown generation with strong words about guns and school shootings to lawmakers. But we begin with controversy over new legislative rules.
We haven't even really gotten into any actual bills in Tennessee's new legislative session, but the drama reigned again.
One of our newest members from Shelby County holds the time record for speaking on the House floor at 3 hours and 43 minutes. The top 9 speakers on the House floor over the last year are all from the minority party.
Rules meant to penalize and meant to attack other members. Just because they become rules don't make them right.
And the train continued to skid off the tracks as debate went on.
These rules are not about Democrats versus Republicans, but it's about each of us as members and a speaker who is drunk with power. In these rules, a phrase that keeps
Representative
occurring.
Reagan, you're recognized. Point of order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Please use your microphone, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I asked the clerk to read from Mason's manual about disparaging comments for other members, and I herewith call the gentleman from Davidson County to order.
After about a 15-minute standstill, members voted to prevent Jones from finishing his line of questioning.
The rules dispute is just the start of what could be a contentious legislative session. Still, lawmakers on both sides are treading cautiously with optimism.
Session has begun in Tennessee. Culture wars have marred what was once a mildly cordial relationship between Republicans and Democrats. The leadership on both sides say they're moving with cautious optimism.
That would benefit us all to see each other as not the enemy, but as humans with different ideas that speak for different people.
We're excited. I mean, it's such a privilege and honor to serve the people of Tennessee. I mean, if you're not excited about going into legislative session, then you're probably in the wrong line of work, right?
The House has dealt with all sorts of issues since last year, particularly around gun control. After the Covenant and Belmont shootings, Republicans have more or less been staunchly against any changes. Between firearms and a sure debate on education, it promises to be a fiery session. Just today, Representatives Justin Jones and Justin Pearson firing up a crowd of supporters.
Who's out? Who's out? Who's out? Who's out?
A fire alarm blared during the Covenant school shooting. There was no fire, but the alarm could have moved children from the safety of a classroom into the sights of a gunman. A bill is back designed to avoid that confusion by requiring schools to create a plan of action for an unscheduled fire alarm.
Hit that stair. Hit the stairs. Go.
It's the familiar sound and sight that prompted some Covenant school students to exit the classroom.
My precious baby, this is what happened to him. He was fulfilling his duty to lead his class to safety from a possible fire.
Mary Joyce spoke on behalf of Will Kenny's mother during August's special session. Will was one of the 6 victims that lost their lives on March 27th.
And within seconds of the building being breached, his class encountered the shooter, and he and 2 of his classmates were lying dead.
In response to the tragedy, State Representative William Lamberth created a bill that requires each school to develop a procedure when the fire alarm goes off. Lambert says communication is important, after fire alarms have been used as tactics by school shooters in the past, such as Parkland, Florida, and Jonesboro, Arkansas. But that wasn't the case here in Nashville.
The assault weapon that was used created so much smoke that it set off the fire alarm.
Lambert's bill gained traction in the House before the Senate adjourned during the special session, ending in chaos. One lawmaker pointing out that more could be done when it comes to drafting bills after the Covenant School shooting.
It is preparing for these worst case scenarios to happen. It is not doing anything to prevent them.
In Nashville, Kendall Ashman, News 2.
Now to our This Week cover story, denied an abortion despite life-threatening complications. 4 more women have joined a growing lawsuit against the state of Tennessee, claiming the law doesn't clarify what medical exceptions actually apply, putting women and doctors in danger. Here's News 2's Maya Owens.
This is a situation where physicians are put into a horrible situation.
Dr. Laura Anderson has been practicing for 21 years. Now she's listed on a lawsuit, originally filed in September of last year, after several women say they were denied abortions despite having, quote, dangerous pregnancy complications.
Trying to decide how ill a patient may be before we intervene, or having to abandon them after giving them probably the worst news of their life and tell them they need to go out of state for care. So I joined to try to be an advocate for those that surround me.
This week, 4 more women coming forward to join a lawsuit filed by the Center for Reproductive Rights against the state of Tennessee. 7 women and 2 doctors are asking the court to clarify the exemptions for medical emergencies.
When the lawsuit is filed, our phones start ringing off the hook because the stories of our plaintiffs, they're not outliers.
One Tennessee woman stating she was 12 weeks pregnant with her second child when doctors told her she had a severe fatal condition. The plaintiff traveling to Florida to receive the abortion care she needed. In a statement, she says, as long as this abortion ban remains in place, it's not safe to be pregnant in Tennessee.
Medical necessity exceptions might sound good, but they don't work. And they don't allow doctors to provide the essential health care that pregnant women in Tennessee need and deserve.
The updated filing comes a month after the story of Kate Cox captured national attention. Cox, the first woman to get court permission for an abortion in Texas since before Roe v. Wade. But then the permission was delayed. The Texas Attorney General urging the Texas Supreme Court to intervene, arguing her condition does not qualify for the medical exemption.
Really eye-opening to see it play out, as this is what obstetricians have been fearing since abortion became illegal.
Stay with us. This Week continues in a moment.